You're gonna stand.
Yeah.
40 seconds. Funny. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, party people? Welcome to Geared Up. It's our weekly live broadcast where we talk about gear. We talk about lighting techniques. We do breakdowns. Today, we're diving into a light shaping tool that is incredibly precise. It has a lot of ability to mold and shape to what it is that you want it to do. And it's got a lot of really cool features, and we just came out with it yesterday. We've had one in the past, but now this is a new one, a better one. This is this Profoto Spot Small. It's an optical snoot. It's I know that people have been asking for this for quite a long time, so we redesigned one that we're really excited about. This has a beautiful 115 millimeter lens up at the front that's fully focusable. It's got some other really cool features that we're going to walk around here in just a second, but I figured I would start off by, I have a second one right here. I know, good promise to have. But I figured I would start this one off by building one right out of the bag, showing you all the accessories, and then we'll dive into how to control it. So when you get it, it comes in this, I kind of have some stuff staged, so it's gonna be easier for me to get it, but it comes in a really nice bag. It comes in a really nice case. To hold it in, it's got some custom cut foam once you install the actual lens portion of it for itself to kind of support the unit. But it comes everything kind of separated. So when you get it, you're going to get the main housing where your 100 millimeter light will go. This is compatible with all of your pro heads, your flat front heads. It's got a diffusion panel on the inside that really makes whatever type of head you use irrelevant, but compatible with all the heads. The one thing that I would say is if you have halogen modeling lights that get super hot, I would be careful to not run them at full power, or if you do, beware the housing can warm up a little bit. It does have 360-degree venting, which helps out a lot with it, but it's still an enclosed space that, a lot of heat buildup could not feel good if it nabs you. So when you are putting it together, there's a dot on this front. Should we go over here? There's a dot right here at the front of this, and then there's a matching dot here on the barrel of the lens. We're just going to line those up and snap them in together like that. If we wanted to take it back off, there's a little metal tab here. You just click and hold the tab, loosens it back up, and you're good to go. So for our instance, we want that on there. So you have your 115 millimeter lens I was talking about that you just spin to focus it. So a projector lens that is going to be able to be focused or defocused however you'd like, give you a super sharp line if you want. So like if you want real crisp details, this gives you a really hard, really crisp light. It's probably one of the best modifiers out there for giving you a super duper hard light. One of the coolest things that I think that we did for this is we integrated a way for you to use to gel the system, and with stuff that you may already have. So these are compatible with all of our click gels, which is really nice. So you can snap on your gels here to the front of it. I haven't really played with it with Grizz to see if you can focus or defocus or if it does anything. Maybe we'll throw one on just to see what happens today. But really this is made for gelling your light shaping tool. I mean, I guess you could probably also throw the snoot on it if you wanted to make the spot even smaller. which is an interesting idea. Maybe we'll do that as well. So, but again, that right there, really, really nice to have a quick and easy way of gelling your light. Then you have a couple other, oh, you know what, before we dive into this, let's talk about the front of the unit. So this thing has 4 integrated leads that you can use to cut and shape the light however you want to. Something that you may freak out about when you get this modifier for the first time and you turn your modeling light on and you point it at the background, you're like, I don't see anything. Where's the light at? That's because when you buy this thing, the leads are closed. The only reason that I'm sharing this with you is because I couldn't figure out for a second why I wasn't getting any light. But the leaves are closed. So this is the open position, that's the closed position. So something really, really good to know there. If you're putting this on for the first time and you're not seeing any light coming out of it, check to make sure the leaves aren't closed. It's a really good little tip to have there. So you have fully adjustable leaves, so you can cut the light in whatever direction you want. Again, we'll show you that with the actual light on the background so you can see that happening in real time. But that's what those are for. Now, inside the kit, you also get this right here, which is a gobo holder. I believe this is the gobo holder. This could be the iris too. Nope, this is the gobo holder. So you have a gobo holder, which I already have a gobo put into it. It's a size M for anyone who's looking. I believe it's 56 millimeters. I might have that backward. It might be 65 millimeters. It's a small one, but it is the size M, as in Michael M size. Remember that. I bought size B the first time I got these. Buy size M. But you just have your little gobo holder. This is like a little clasp. Simply slide that in there. You can position the gobo in any direction that you want. And then once you put it into the Spot Small itself here, you also have a little bit of room to kind of turn it around here if you want to change the pattern once it's already inside of the light, just to kind of get it like positioned into the place that you want it for sure. So that's that. That's your gobo holder, or a cookie, cucoloris, whatever you might want to call it. That's what this is, gobo holder.
66 millimeter, I think.
66 millimeter. Thank you for whoever corrected me on that one, because I knew there was a 6 in there somewhere. But I do know that this is size M.
2.6.
Oh, gotcha. So size M gobo. Remember that. We don't, just for the record too, we don't have any gobo kits that we sell for our unit. So Roscoe is where I bought all mine from. They make some really cool ones. And there's also some companies out there, if you have some ideas of stuff that you want, we'll cut these for you custom, which is really, really neat. I didn't need any custom cut stuff, so. But there's that. And then the other option that comes with the Spot Small, which I really think is awesome, this is included. And they also come in nice cases to keep them protected. But you have an iris. So if you really want to take that light and focus it down some more, this is really, really nice. So you can open it up all the way. You can vary it however much you want to. It does a pretty good job of making, you know, it's not a perfect circle, especially if you're gonna go super sharp on the unit, but it's got a lot of blades. It does a really good job of rounding it out quite a bit. Same place that you would take the gobo, you would also slide the iris into. Like that, you just wanna push it down and make sure it clicks. That little click right there, that way you know that it's in place for what you need, and then you can easily just open and close it. Very, very simple stuff. And again, all of that stuff is included in the kit when you get it. So the Spot Small comes with the lens, comes with the housing, the leaves are built into it. You get the iris, you get the gobo holder. No gobos, buy your own gobos, especially since they have a ton of patterns out there. So there may be something that you like that other people wouldn't. So just go a la carte if you need.
Thomas says, same size as the original Spot Small,
yep.
Which is great.
Yeah, same size as the original one, same barrel size and everything there. So, but yeah, it's a really lovely light shaping tool. Again, something that people have been asking us to come back out with for a long time since our last one was discontinued. And I know that all of us at Profoto are really, really stoked about it. I'm definitely stoked on it. So again, beautiful light. Something to know about the Spot Small. It eats a lot of light. It's light hungry. When we go to start shooting here today, we're gonna turn the lights all the way off. It's gonna get pretty dim in here. So hopefully maybe if I need to make some adjustments for you to be able to see with the modeling lights, we will do that. But just know that it can eat up a lot of power. So like I'm going to be shooting today on a Pro-D3, which is 750 watt seconds. And I know that at the distance that I'm gonna be working, okay, granted, we're throwing the light pretty far. Like we're throwing it a good 15 feet. But it does eat up some light. So it's something you have to consider when you're shooting with this thing. So you're gonna want to kind of play and find your happy mediums of the things that work for you and don't work for you. If you're gonna be working at longer distances, you're gonna want something a little more powerful, or you're gonna wanna open up quite a bit. So normally whenever shooting and doing live stuff here on Geared Up, because we're fighting with the video lights, we're usually at f8. Today we're gonna be at 2.8. So we're gonna really start to open up the lens so that we can get the light that we need, and we're gonna be pushing, you know, about 9 to 9.5 on the output of this thing. And then when I throw a gel on it, we're 100% gonna hit 10. So something to keep in mind with that. That being said, let's turn off some lights. Let's, I think the first thing that would be kind of cool for you to see that throws some people off is the cutters cut in opposite direction of what you think you're doing. So I'm gonna kick the lights off and take this kind of closer to the background so you can kind of see what happens with the cutters.
Want me to hop in there, or
no, let's just do it. Let's just do it in the background for a second, and then maybe we can stay on the tight shot, maybe, because it'll be oh whatever. You decide. You're the producer. I'm not. I'm just the talent. Yeah, talent. Cool, so let's kick some lights off and let's look at this light, and then we're gonna take some photos, which is fine too because the light will already be off for taking the images. But I kinda wanna show y'all everything, and if we have to, we can take this main camera too and refocus it. That might be the move. Cool. It's getting dark in here. Cool. So let's kick this bad boy around. Let's take it a little bit closer.
Hey, welcome in everybody.
Thanks for thanks for everybody who's coming in, partying with us. We really appreciate it. Is that enough?
Low, but yeah, I know we can see you.
Is that enough light?
We're fine. Yeah.
What about on? Yeah, go to my.
I can go tight.
You go, yeah, go to the tight one just because.
Oh, that's
yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the cutters. Let's make sure we lock this thing down so it's not all wobbly and making people feel like they might have become inebriated. So in focusing, you can see that we have the ability to turn this barrel at the front and sharpen that up. That's super sharp actually. It may be a little out of focus for you there, just because it's looking at the background, but that's a super sharp line, incredibly sharp around the edges, which is really, really nice. Now the cutters, what I was saying, they work in opposite just because the lens kind of throws things around. So if I want to cut here down at the bottom right, I need to go to the top left. I know it's weird, something to remember, but that's kind of how the lens is gonna work. So, but these cutters are gonna give you these super sharp lines, and then again, you can focus for them. So you can tighten that up quite a bit.
We're not really getting a super sharp line from what I can see, but
yeah, it's because
sharp.
It's because here. Let's just do this real fast. Let me try to make this so people can see this a little bit better. Let's see. Did that help a little bit? Perfect. There. So now you guys are focused on the actual background, so you can see what I'm talking about. But so we're super sharp on the lines, and then you can take these cutters and really, as long as it's a relatively straight lines, you can make kind of whatever little pattern, kind of point the lights right where you want it. You can go as thin as you'd like. I'm actually blocking that. You can go as thin as you'd like. You can open it all the way up and not use it at all. Very, very cool stuff with the cutters. So cool.
That's a nice sharp line.
So now let me grab the iris so you can kind of see what we're working with there. So we can drop the iris into the shot, and what that's going to do is that's just going to allow us now to, in here, let's focus that iris up. Like I said, the blades don't make a perfect circle, but it does a pretty good job. But you can see that we can vary that circle up quite a bit. You take it off to the side so you can kind of see it a little bit there when it gets tiny. So it gets down pretty small. So you can open it up. My big fat arm's right in the way. So you can open it up to a good size, to the normal size of the barrel of the Spot Small itself. You can also play with the size of this by backing the light up some, which is very, very helpful there too. So cool, you have that. And then let's just throw in a cookie. And And then this is, this is where some of the fun stuff is going to start happening too, is when you can go in here, you can play with how like lines fall. I have a whole bunch of cookies that look like windows, that look like palm trees and things like that, just so you can give off different feelings, which I think is really, really fun. But again, you can just play with the focusing or defocusing however much you want of that. And then again, you still have the ability to kind of spin them a little bit inside the unit itself. So if you need to kind of fine tune how those, for instance, the lines are falling, you could do that. You have that ability. And then if not, you could always take the gobo holder out, spin it a little bit, pop it back in, and then readjust. So, but you have full control there, which is really sick. And then last but not least, you can gel it. Now again, gels are going to eat up a little bit of the light. That actually looks like a really cool setting sun, which is really fun. That'd be really fun to play with. But that's just a CTO gel on it. I want to, just for funsies, I should have thought about this before we started. I'm going to grab a couple other little click modifiers. I know that things are going to be dark and whatnot. Oh, I guess I've got a little light on me right here over by the edge. It's like geared up by candlelight, if you will. Just something. Or
by spotlight.
By spotlight. It's a little, we're doing this together. It's a little emotion. I've got a lot of these things, and there's a lot of barn doors. there's a lot of barn doors and gels.
Listen, it's a good problem to have.
Listen, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Okay, cool. So I've got the click 10 degree and 20 degree. Let's just see what it does, because I haven't done this yet. But people are going to ask, so let's see. So it doesn't really look like it does much. So this is the
romantic.
Yeah, very romantic. I was gonna say something about it being candle lit, or maybe I did.
You did.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. So whenever I throw the grid on here without playing with the focus at all, you can see that it just starts to kind of vignette out the edges, which is a cool effect if that's something that you're going for. So it's here. Let's take this off. You can see that, and we can see how much it gradiates right there. So it is actually, you know what? Now looking at it as I do this, it is actually focusing the light a little bit more. I wonder what happens if I defocus, if I can actually start to see the grids. I can see a little bit. I'm gonna try to take this as far as I can without this lens coming unscrewed. Okay, it doesn't. That's good to know. The lens does not come all the way unscrewed if you need to. So let's see. Let's go all the way back in. So I can see a little bit of the honeycomb no matter what. Like as I'm spinning it, I can see it. But if I was just looking at this thing with nothing there, I wouldn't know that that's the honeycomb of the grid. And then, that's the 20, same thing. All right, cool. But I can still focus the edges, which is nice. Yeah, right there, super sharp. Cool stuff. So the grids do something. So you can absolutely use the grids. I wouldn't say not to. If that makes sense. And then the only other modifier I wanted to try, what I thought would be cool, would be the snoot. See what happens when we throw the snoot on there. I know the one thing I did try is I tried the Fresnel. Fresnel's not the move. Fresnel doesn't. The Fresnel does. You can actually start to see the actual concentric rings of it, which is kind of funky. And then let's say I wanted to throw on the snoot. Does the snoot change much? The snoot, you know what? The snoot, it definitely gradiates the edges out a little bit more and points it. I almost want to say that I almost want to say that it feels like it might make the edges a little sharper somehow. Interesting. I would probably play with the snoot some more. No go on the Fresnel. I wouldn't use the Fresnel. Really, this thing's probably best for snoot, grids, but definitely gels. Cool. So we've done that. We did gels. We showed you the gobos. Let's take some photos with this mamma jamma. Let's play around with it. Let's cut some light. Let's shoot circles. Let's take your questions. Let's throw some gels on there. Let's see what we can make. You ready to rock and roll? Kate?
Just making sure we're all...
Does anyone have any questions about anything before we do this?
How much light loss within the Spot Small compared without the modifier?
You know what? Let's do it. Hey, John. Flip over for me to 5. We're going to use this right now. Let's do it. Let's do... Only for John.
Only
Only for John.
Okay.
All right, cool. So let's just go here. Let's pull out my, you don't have to be there. I'll just stand in the same spot for it. I hope. I'm gonna pick this spot right here. Cool. Pull up the Profoto app. Okay, so where to power up? Let's go here. That's F11. F11 3. F11 and some change. Let's go back to my dirt spot on my background. Yeah, it's my dirt spot that I know to go to on my background.
Nice.
So F11.3 was the first one. 2.86, a lot. So 3-4 stops of light. It eats it's power hungry. So from F11 and some change to 2.86, so getting close to F4. Yeah. So from somewhere around F11 to F4. And this is a power level of 9 on this 750 watt light, which takes it down to, why can't I do this math really fast? A half of 7 is 3.5, so 375 watts. So it gets a little hungry. So, but that being said, at these distances, a 500 watt light would be just fine. You're just probably gonna be working at it with full power at super long distances.
And we also have some other questions in here.
Yeah, ask away.
So let's see, Brian is asking.
Here, let me jump over here in the light so it's just not a random guy talking in the dark.
La, la, la. Hello, friend. Okay, let's see. A D2 has 300 watt halogen modeling light. Would it be safe modeling limits for power of 9, also comparable with the click gels?
So the D2 gets it can be a little spicy. Like what you could do.
Just got in here and saw the flash meter. Heart.
Oh, John's. I said it was for you, baby boy. I would just tell you to turn it down just a hair if you need to. So you're 300 watt modeling light on a D2. If you took it down 50%, you're at 150. So you could take it down, somewhere between half and 3/4 power, and you'd probably be fine. And then I'm working with an LED modeling light, so it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, I would pull the power. So just set it over into free mode and pull the power back on it a little bit.
Is there a watts limit or a WS limit?
Oh yeah, they say 200 watts. Sorry, I thought I said that earlier and I didn't. So they want you to try to stay with a hot light modeling light. 200 watts or lower. So like I said, bring it down a little. You can go a little bit above half power, but you can stay half power to be safe. So cool. All right, let's take some photographies. Let's photographize. I also want to make sure that let's turn my camera on and make sure that we don't have a light stand in the shot. That's the edge of where I can go. Cool, we're gonna go up.
Do I need to stand on your dirt spot?
No, my dirt spot is for me and me only. This is my dirty background that I should have worn my booties on.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yep, you're fine. And then I'm gonna raise this up just a skosh, right? Oh, we're hooked around there cable-wise. I have the B3 plugged in and shooting today because I knew we were going to be running the modeling light super hard. So let's fire off that shot right there. We should be within the 2.8 range here. Can I have you shimmy to your left a hair? Perfect. Now you're dead center. So here's this light. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful light. Super pointed. Actually, you know what I didn't do? Let's do it again. That's not bad.
It's not the same one.
Oh, that's not the right one. Okay, I was about to say because I didn't refocus the background light. Oh, here it comes. While that's loading, I'm gonna refocus the background light. So pop in your spot real fast. I was playing with all of this stuff and I forgot to sharpen that line back up. Yeah, so you can see that we have some feathering there on that line. Now we've sharpened it back up. So let's snap another one and show how much you can really kind of tighten up this spot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So again, super sharp. So you can, an absolute beautiful light. It does a really, really good job. It's crisp, it's lovely. I really like it. So now let's show kind of what you can do by cutting the light. So you want to kind of hop in your spot. So you can really take this light and you can kind of play with something interesting. Let's see. Here we go. Here, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
I'm sorry, I fell out of the.
No, you're fine. What cutter is that one that I can see it?
Yeah, there's something.
No, it's fine. It's just one of the cutters. Is it?
Here, I'll just try to keep my feet planted.
Oh, there it goes. There we go. I'm just gonna kick this over a little bit. There we go. So 3, 2, 1. So you can use the cutters to make really interesting stuff. You can take the light, you can hone it in right where you want it. Let's see. And then if the cutters aren't lined up the way that you want, you could always rotate the unit itself. So like, say I wanted to do a shot where it's just Kate's eyes, right? Let's do. Come on, Leaf. I'm not gonna lie, the reversing thing that it does still kind of throws me for a bit of a loop when I'm trying to control it. Come on, baby boy. There we go. Trying to make sure we don't have any light leaking through. So like if we wanted to take this, bring it up just a hair. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. You just wanted something that was like super, I mean, you can get crazy with it. You can put the light right where you want it. As soon as it loads, you'll see what I'm talking about. But you can take that light and you can put it right where you want it, which is super fun. Again, an insanely precise light shaping tool that gives you a ton of creative flexibility. It's a really powerful unit. Cool, let's play with it with the iris. Kind of show you how you can hone in with, you know what? Let's get silly. Let's do gobos first.
Is there any plastic anywhere, or could it, in theory, put a pro head or a 800 watts to this? So
this bad boy, there's 0 plastic. It's made for, it can handle the 2400 watts of a pro head flash. It can handle, no, you're fine. It can handle the 2400 watts of a pro head flash. You can put this thing's rated for a pro head down, if you use an A2 with the OCF adapter, you can absolutely.
Very good question, thank you.
Yeah, you can absolutely use that. What you'd want to do with the pro head with the modeling light, especially if you have the 500 watt modeling light, is you just want to drop it down to maybe minimum or something like that. The other unit has a 250, I believe. So the Pro Heads has a 250 and a 500. You're just going to want to reduce those a little bit. And really the main thing is like not, you know what, I take it back. There is a plastic part. It's the handle.
Oops, that's not helpful.
Oh, sorry. It's.
It was me.
Yeah, it's the handle on the actual the venting portion of it. But again, it shouldn't. It's made to withstand a lot of stuff. But the thing you have to be careful of is, while the 360 venting is doing a lot to mitigate the heat, things are still going to get hot. It's metal. It's an enclosed unit trying to keep all the light right where you want it. So, and that can over time. Okay. Get a little warmer.
Brian, did I read your question wrong? As in, is there a watt second limit for the Spot Small?
I don't believe there is. You know what? Here, real fast. I think. Can I just see the mouse really quick?
Yes.
I believe I pulled this up just a second ago.
Are you wanting?
No, that should stay up because we're screen sharing just a window. Let's see. I pulled this up just a moment ago to double check, but is it down here? I think this is it right here. Let's see what
we're gonna make sure we have the.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure
for you guys,
because it just says good for a pro head. It doesn't say anything about the actual watt seconds of the flash. It really just talks about output of the modeling light. So my guess is if you have like a bitube head at 4800 watts, you're good to go. There's nothing on the Profoto site that says anything different. I would check back, maybe something gets updated itself, but from everything that I can see, D4 heads, bi-tube heads, stuff like that, it seems like that's fine. The only constraint I see is the power of the continuous light. So 200 watts, continuous, halogen, gets a little spicy, stay 200 or lower. If you have one that's a little more powerful, just lower it down a little bit. Cool. And then so now, whenever you throw the gobos in there, you just want to, again, depending on what it is that you want. For this, I'm going to focus them. I want them to be kind of...
So sad. It's like rain.
Yeah, it feels like rain. Well, you know what? Here. Now it's sideways. So now it's a hurricane.
Oh,
sideways rain.
Better. Okay, great. Well, I am a hurricane.
Yeah.
There you go.
Throwback to my college years in Florida. There we go. Just trying to make sure I get this right. You know, hurricane. Don't move too much for me because it's got to be super precise.
I'm a hurricane. I am going to move. Okay.
All right. So here we go with the gobos. 3. Just try to aim your eyes if you can into one of those little light. Do I need to lower it down? Lower it down a little bit.
On my knees.
Tell me what you need me to do. Up or down?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Here we go. 3,
It keeps moving.
2,
Why is it moving?
1. Because it's on a light stand that's wobbly.
Oh, that's. I'm like, I can't.
It's a dance move. So, oh, yep. So that.
Sorry.
We're running into case.
We didn't catch it.
Cool.
It's fine.
I just got to flip back over here from everything. Yep, that's weird that there's no eyes or mouth or nose. It's a faceless person. We're very artsy.
Why don't we try that again?
We're very artsy. So again, beautiful light shaping tool. Best if you capture the essence of a human and not blank eyes or anything like that. Yeah, let's go with that one right there. It's still very wobbly. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And then if you want to, you can defocus it. So if you want it to feel, you know, if you're trying to just create a texture and you don't necessarily want to see the pattern, you just defocus it out. 3, 2, 1. And then there's a texture into the shot.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So there's no steadfast rules in the way that you're supposed to use the unit. So again, defocus, focus, however sharp you may or may not want that light to be. But it's very, very cool that you have a lot of these options. And then again, if you wanted to, you could gel it. So you could go cookie and gel, and you could warm it up quite a bit if you'd like.
People are asking about the gobos, and that's Roscoe.
Roscoe is the ones that I buy. I like the Roscoe gobos a lot.
There's
Size,
different things out
yeah,
there.
size M, but Roscoe has a lot of options. Yeah, I think I might actually have to power up with this. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so we got a little bit. Let's see. Let me give it a little more juice. Let's go half stop. Here we go. You ready? 3, 2, 1. So again, really, really cool that you can throw the click gels into the front of this thing and quickly change the color of the light that you're working with. It's a really, really beautiful modifier. The level of excited I am that this thing is back. Yeah.
But it's just so fun.
The level of excited I am that this thing is back is huge. It's huge. So I'm gonna turn the lights back on because I feel like we've been.
I can't wait to see what other people come up with.
Oh, dude.
You know?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys make. I have some more ideas of some stuff that I want to do, especially with, I have a couple of units, so I have some things that I'm interested in trying. But very, very cool light shaping tool.
Let there be light.
Any other questions? I mean, I think we went through.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's excited.
Yeah, I think we went.
We are too.
Yeah, I think we went through this for the most part. Kind of. I think we got everything that we needed to talk about. Again, beautiful light shaping tool. Compatible with all of our lights. Try to keep your modeling light turned down if you're still working with a halogen like a D2, a Pro head, a D4 head or something like that, or a D1. Try to keep the modeling power turned down a little bit, kind of that 200 watt range. Again, if you're working with a 300 watt D2, like someone was asking earlier, if you take it down to 50% power, you're 150. So you have all that there. But again, click light shaping tools on the front for gelling or gridding or using the snoot, which I think is cool. 115 millimeter lens that's fully focusable, really, really sharp, really clean. You have 4 cutter leaves here, which are going to allow you to cut and shape the light, put it right where you want to, take it off of something that you may not want it on. Very, very cool stuff. It comes with an iris. So you have your iris right here. So you can open or close up how much of that light you want. It just drops. Oh, I've already got the gobo in there first. Let's talk about that. So also your gobo holder for size M, as in Michael, M gobos. Just clamps right into place, slides in, take that out. You can slide in your iris.
We can hear the fan.
Oh, you can hear the fan on, yeah, you can hear the fan on the B3. Yeah, I'm right up on the B3, and it's definitely, it's trying to move some air. The way that Profoto lights work, this little line that you see back here, and you'll see it on most of them, is it actually pulls the air in from here, and it pushes it forward through the light itself. So it's just starting to gather some heat up in there. But even with this thing at full power, with the LED modeling light of this thing, super cool. So it's just the halogens that you're really gonna wanna worry about. So again, beautiful stuff, lovely light shaping tool. I'm so excited about it. I'm excited to see what people make with it. Any other questions before I sign off this bad boy? Cool. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with us today. If you have any questions, I don't know, have you thrown my handle up there for people? She's nodding her head yes. Oh, okay, there's words. I didn't hear words, I just saw this move right here. If you have any questions, hit me up there. Hit me up on Instagram. I think all my socials are actually at @thechrisfane. So hit me up there, and we can yuck it up. We can chat about stuff. If you have any questions, if you just want to talk lighting, we can do that there. So @thechrisfane, Instagram, other places. I hope you have an awesome rest of your week. If you have any questions, hit us up. In the meantime, we'll see you. Peace out.